Have you ever gone to the range and felt like you were just killing it with your irons? They're all going exactly where you want, and then you pick up the driver and it doesn't do anything like the iron. Today's video, we're going to explain a feeling and a technique that you have to have so that your driver will be as good as your irons. Let's take a few moments, Tyler, and talk about some differences, some obvious differences between the driver, you know, the club head, the face, and all that type of thing. But one obvious difference that maybe sometimes you don't really think about is the angle of the shaft at address is quite a bit different because this is a lot longer club, right?
Yeah.
This probably has some implications in our swing, and let's talk through that. Shallowing the club is a technique that you see every good tour striker, almost without exception, use, right? So if I look at this angle here, what's this telling me in terms of shallowing for the driver versus the iron?
Yeah, I mean, you can see, we're talking in the 30-degree difference there with kind of that angle at setup, which means, you know, it might be quite a bit easier to shallow this shorter club, especially if that's the club I'm practicing shallowing. I might fill a good position for the iron that might not nearly be the right position I need for that longer driver.
We've got two different swings from Adam Scott here where you can clearly see the difference based upon the length of the shaft. So with the iron swing here, it's more steep at setup. There's a slight shallowing motion there, and we'll stop right here at this portion of the swing. Now we go to the driver, clearly more shallow at setup. The right hand is more shallow relative to the left, and the shaft, of course, is more shallow when you get to that point of the swing. So this is something you need to feel that difference and execute that difference based upon the difference of the length of the shaft. Tyler, let's have you just demo a couple swings here. One with, let's have you start with the iron, and then we'll showcase the kind of get the thing shallowed, the shaft shallowed, as if you're going to hit this iron shot, right?
Again, with that iron being a little bit shorter, right? I come up into here, and again, if I can kind of shallow like this, what's nice is if I were to take a line straight out from here,
it's like right in this area.
Yeah, I can get that outside of the ball.
Yeah, so you can see it's like,
right?
Yeah, see that's in this area right here.
Yep, in a nice shallow position, can create that turn and really square things up, right?
Now notice that line was inside the driver ball.
Yes.
It was outside the iron ball, but it's inside the driver ball.
Yep.
So let's go to that position again.
Yep.
So you get grooved in on the range and you're in this nice position. You say, I got it. I got the baby draw. It's all working really good. And now let's put this shaft into that same angle for the driver.
So if I'm here and I think same angle.
The same angle right there, and you're slightly inside the ball. Now you've got to now you've got to like.
Now it's here. Everything's up. Square that ball. I descend on the ball. I've got those spinny drives that lose their distance. They feel like they fall out of the sky so quickly. Right, so I really love Dwayne. And again, this is something I've been for a lot of years. I've been a stellar iron player, really poor off the tee, and I've wanted to reverse that a little bit.
Okay.
So what I've really been thinking about is when I get to here, I literally try and feel like my club's going to come down here to parallel. Right. Again, feel versus real. Right. This isn't really what I'm doing, but if I can get here, now I can be in a position where now that club's so far to the inside of that ball that now I can create that rotation. The other thing that does is it almost allows me to kind of come up on plane into the ball. Now I have that beautiful ascending kind of angle into the ball, kind of high penetrating ball flights.
All right, so let's go back and get this like really super exaggerated shallow shaft right here. Okay, so like here's kind of a natural plane, right?
Yep.
And you're quote unquote underneath that plane.
Yep.
So I think what I heard you say is when you want an ascending attack angle on this driver, when you rotate the arms, it's actually bringing it up.
Yep.
Back into that plane.
Yeah.
So by having the weight of the club a little lower, it's now coming up.
Yep.
And that's a really cool feeling, especially for the driver where you want that positive attack angle. When the weight of the club is on the upper side of that kind of natural plane, now you've got to push it down.
Yep.
And it's all reversed.
To get into it. You lose those angles at the wrist, right? You descend on that ball, and just a train wreck, right?
So good. We have a whole series of videos that will help you understand how to move the arms clockwise to generate that shallowing motion that's going to work for both the irons and the drivers. Click on the link in the description below and you get 7 days free access to our premium library.